2 videos in one day. Yes, it's a world record. Listen, I was going through some old statuses and I saw one. I thought, that's a good one. Somebody needs to hear that. And it was this: we walk by faith and not by sight, and certainly not by feelings. When passion wanes or evaporates altogether, going through the motions, which we all think is some kind of a sinful thing, is really called faithfulness. If we operated on a level of passion and feeling only, how many marriages would last more than a couple of months, a couple of years? Seriously? If you went on how you felt, how many people would have a job today? If you went by just your passion and your enthusiasm for, church, how many churches would be filled? How many would be empty? We must not continually gauge success in a certain area of our life based on our emotional connection. Like our emotional connection is our gauge of success or whether or not we're going to continue in any particular thing. We have established absolutes in our life, and we serve those absolutes faithfully, regardless of how we feel. Okay? Sometimes the feelings are going to be up, sometimes they're going to be down, sometimes they're going to be just utterly overwhelming in a positive way and sometimes in a negative way. But, the key is steady. Steady Freddy. Even Steven. Keep doing what you know to do. And you know to do it. So just do it. Just do what you know to do. Even if it don't feel good, do it anyway. It's called obedience. It's called submission. Do what you know to do. And, there's been a lot of talk lately that the Lord is trying to grow His church, to mature His church to the point where we are not repeatedly praying through. We're not having to be dragged along and given the pacifier and the little baby bottle. And maybe I'm just thinking about baby bottle stuff because I'm 10 weeks away from my baby. Oh, yeah, 10 weeks. 10 weeks. Hallelujah. 10 weeks until I become a mommy for the 3rd time. Anyway, totally distraction there. Okay, what was I saying? Be faithful, do what you know to do, and grow. Sometimes we're going to have to, most of the time, we need to be self-starters. Don't wait for the worship leader to beg you to raise your hands and worship, or the pastor to, slap you upside the head to get you to come to the altar or to be faithful to church. There comes a time when we need to grow and mature and, yes, set boundaries for ourselves. Oh, is that in the rule book? Is that on the list? Do I have to do that to sing in the choir? Where's your personal rule list? What is it in your life that you have stopped and paused and examined and said, oh, you know what? That is a stumbling block. That spirit, that attitude is hindering me. That is not godly. Ooh, I probably shouldn't have that in my home. I probably shouldn't be using that in my vocabulary. That friend is probably going to bring me down. If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. Be on your own side. If you can't be your own best advocate, I don't know who can be. You can't help someone who won't help themselves. You're the one who has the most to gain and the most to lose. So stop blaming everybody else for your problem. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, whatever that means, and do the right thing for you. For you. Guess who's going to be with you when you stand before the Lord? Guess who? Give me a list. You! Just you. Just you and Jesus. All your little excuses, your little notepads, your flashcards, your, whatever. Worthless. But look what they're getting away with. Oh, whoop-de-doo. What are your absolutes? What are your values? You stick with it, whether you feel like it or not, and whether Joe or Susie is abusing it and, that gets off on the whole hypocrite thing, you know. But they didn't live it. They didn't do it. They hurt me. They said they were ministering. Well, you know what? That's on them. Guess who's going to be with Jesus when they stand before Jesus? Them. And you can't use them as an excuse. What's right is right, whether what knucklehead out there has twisted it, abused it, stained it. You know what? It's still truth. You're still accountable for it. Do what you know to do, not because your pastor's telling you, and not because you've excused it away because somebody else got away with not doing it. Be on your own side. Be your own advocate. Get up. Come on. Do what you know to do. Be that person you've always wanted to be. Live for God. Be strong. Be bold. Get up and try again. And grow up. Let's be the mature Christians that we need to be. And once we get ourselves together, guess what? We can help somebody else. And it's a beautiful thing. So there's my thoughts on whatever it is I just said.